Hi everyone. This time I decided to jump in the IL2 Great Battles and try the new Hurricane against a pair of Bf109E4s. This is AI flown at ace level, and this is not something I can try in DCS. The Hurricane is not available in DCS, neither are the E4s, so I was looking forward to trying this out. Now, both DCS and IL2 have their advantages and disadvantages when it comes to the AI. But in IL2, I probably would say that the IL2 AI is slightly better because they would play as a team, or at least that's what it looks like. One guy would make you chase him, and the other guy will come around and kill you from behind. So it's imperative that when you're engaging a pair of enemies that you keep an eye for both of them. Don't hang around too long chasing one guy because you know that the other guy is going to be behind you. Take a few shots, then turn around, engage the other guy, and the problem is that the Hurricane with those little 7.62mm machine guns doesn't do much damage even if there's 8 of them. So even when I'm really up close shooting point blank, it takes forever to bring down an E4. So I took out one of them pretty quickly at the beginning, as you saw. But now the second guy starts playing this game that I've only seen with the AI in IL2. They start climbing up and up and up and up, and they do have a superior speed, which is realistic enough, so I have a really hard time catching up. So what I need to do, what I found out is I need to turn their back on them. I need to turn around, basically make a circle, and as soon as I turn my back on them, they come down and they engage, and then they go away. So here we go again. So in this case he's actually didn't disengage, he just climbed, which is fine, but he couldn't quite get his nose on me. So notice that I'm pretty much out of energy at this point, and I didn't even go all that high. And just like in DCS, the IL2 Bf109s seem to have infinite energy. They climb up and up and up, and it's impossible to catch them. So here we go again. So I'm gonna try to stay behind him for a while, take a few long shots. Obviously, I'm a bad shot, but at this distance, it's mission impossible to hit something. So I'll stick around for a while, and then I'll turn my back, and as soon as I do, he'll re-engage, he'll come after me. And so that's pretty much the only way I can get them to engage me. Yeah, it looks like I'm kind of gaining up on him here, but my airspeed starts to drop, and before you know, he's gone. So rather than waste my time and fuel and just circling around, I'm gonna go in the opposite direction, and you're gonna see immediately as soon as I turn my back on him, he's gonna come down and he's gonna engage me. So the problem with that is, yeah, there he goes. So he's gonna come down and he's gonna make a head-on pass, which is not good for me because those E4s have big old cannons, and it doesn't take more than just a couple of rounds to take me out. So in a head-on pass, the Hurricane is a disadvantage, but I really have no choice. I mean, I don't want to waste all my time just circling around trying to catch up to him. And there he goes again. We took a shot at each other. I took a couple of hits, fortunately nothing major, but I did get him, so he smoked me now. So once again, here we go. He managed to pull away in the last seconds. I'm not really sure if I did any damage in this latest pass. Once again, he's gonna try to climb, which is fine, it's realistic enough, but at this point he shouldn't really have all that much engine power because he's been shot up. He's trailing all kinds of smoke. Um, so doesn't seem to slow him down though, which is not very realistic. Once again, there he goes, climbing up and up and up, and I'm gonna have a hard time. So I think we're gonna play this game one more time. I'll stay behind him for a little while and take a few shots. I think I actually managed to hit him this time. So he goes off into the clouds, and now I'm totally lost. I have no idea where he went. Of course, being that this is the AI, he knows exactly where I am. So I'm just gonna come down. I'm not gonna sit there in the clouds and wait for him to shoot me. I'm gonna come down in the clear and see if he's gonna pop out somewhere. I'm gonna do my game again. I'm gonna turn my back on him, even though I'm not really sure where he went now. So I'm gonna turn my back. I'm gonna fly in the opposite direction for a little while. I'm gonna pick up a little bit of speed, and now I'm gonna re-engage, and hopefully he'll pop out of the clouds somewhere. Picked up a little too much. There he is. So I guess he's going down. So that long distance shot that I took, before he went into the clouds must have finished him off. So that's it. First engagement, 2 Bf109E4s down. And I'm not much worse for the wear. I have a few bullet holes here and there. Some in the wings, as you can see. But overall, this is not bad. We're still flying. She's responsive. We're good to go. No problem. Patch the holes and send it right back up. Beautiful. I guess there's a couple of holes in the engine compartment. Round number 2. Once again, engaging 2 AI from ace level Bf109s, E4. And same tactic. I'm going to cut across and engage one of them while the other one is making a circle. I can't stay here too long because the other guy's going to come up behind me. But being that I'm this close, even with me being such a bad shot, it's easy to take this guy down. But now I'm starting to get worried that the other guy's going to be behind me. Fortunately, I managed to light this guy up, and just in time, because you just saw the other guy fly overhead just as I managed to turn around. So down he goes, and I'm now behind him, and I have plenty of energy. So I'm just going to take a few shots now, and hopefully this will be over soon. Now, if this was a Spitfire, this would have been over. But those 7.62mm machine guns don't seem to do almost any damage. The other thing is that I have I'm cheating a little bit because I've set the ammo to infinite. If this was if I set it to limited ammo, I would have run out by now. I wouldn't be so liberal with my fire. I am doing damage. He's definitely getting hits. He's trailing all kinds of smoke, but as you can see, he's flying. And at this range, I should be ripping him apart. I mean, those are 8 7.62mm machine guns that are firing at him. And they don't, look at this, at point blank range. There are pieces flying off of him. This is almost ridiculous. And he's just not going down. So I'm just going to come over the top and get behind him again. More damage. Now I gotta be careful because with all these pieces flying off, the last thing I want is one of them coming back and hitting. More hits. This is just not realistic. With this much damage, he cannot possibly keep on flying like this. He should have disintegrated. Yeah, this is ridiculous. This is point blank. I can't believe he's still flying. I think he just lost his second aileron, and yet somehow he's turning. I think that was his canopy. So finally he goes up on fire, and then, no, that was his canopy. So think he actually managed to jump. There he is, yeah. And that's his parachute opening up. As the plane goes down, he's in his parachute, so good for him. We'll buzz a couple of times around, give him a wave. But again, I just don't believe that either the 7.62s on the Hurricane are not modeled correctly, or the damage model on the Bf109 is incorrect, because it cannot possibly take this many rounds to bring down a 109. So from that point of view, DCS is much more realistic. I'm not going to comment here on the flight models, but I'm compelled to say that once again DCS is more realistic here, because coming down in the Hurricane, I mean, DCS doesn't have a Hurricane, but every warbird that I've flown in the in DCS changes its profile as soon as the landing gear comes down and the flaps are deployed. With flaps deployed and the landing gear down, there's essentially no change in the trim of the Hurricane. I barely touch the trim button. It comes down nicely enough, but it's just not a very believable flight model. Overall, I find IL2 to be a very enjoyable game. It's fun to play. It's entertaining. It's somewhat challenging. I like their AI. There are some things about the IL2 AI that I really enjoy, much more than the DCS AI. But in terms of flight model, flight dynamics, I think DCS is far superior. This feels like a game. The DCS warbirds feel like the real thing. At any rate, here we are, down, safe. This time I didn't even take any rounds, so engine off, and we'll call it a day. Here's the beautiful Hurricane from outside. Hope you liked this video. See you guys next time.